everybody's trying to find their significant other, their soulmate. And instead of looking outside of yourself for fulfillment, for happiness, for a sense of self-worth, for security, my suggestion is you start with yourself. In fact, I had a client, in fact, I've had a few of these clients that have come to me for relationship coaching, and they think I'm going to help them find a mate. And the first thing I do is I have them make a long list of all the attributes of their ideal partner, and they, kind of go crazy with it. What they look like, what do they do for a living, how much money do they earn, what are their personal qualities, how do they treat themselves, how do they treat other people, all of these different attributes. And then I have the client go through the list, and this one client in particular, I had to go through the list and check off those things that were true about her today and her life and those that weren't. And then we pulled the things that she could not check off, and we made a list which I call her gap areas. And I said, instead of looking outside of yourself for somebody to bring those qualities, those life experiences and circumstances into your life, we're going to focus on you becoming the partner you seek, on you developing those attributes, those new behaviors, so that while you're waiting or looking for somebody to come into your life, you're not just waiting. A lot of people are in a limbo. They're waiting for someone to show up and make their life begin. And meanwhile, they miss a lot of life experiences, they hold off on job promotions, all of those kinds of things, going back to school, and they're in a waiting mode, in a limbo, instead of actively, fully participating in their life. So she at first was kind of stunned and said, okay, well, it makes sense. So that was the focus of our work. Over the next year, it was all about closing those gaps. And she ended up going back to school, and she transitioned into a new career, and she completely changed not only her life, but herself in the process. And then about 2 years later, lo and behold, she met somebody and is today in a very healthy, happy relationship, but it's with a very different kind of person than she used to attract before, because she has been transformed. So it's, instead of looking outside of yourself, it's figuring out what are the attributes that I would want to have in a life partner, and which ones are missing for me now, and how do I take action to close those gaps. So if Prince or Princess Charming shows up, great. If they don't, you're busy living a happy and fulfilling life. And if you are coming into a relationship, it's from a very different perspective. It's from a place of wholeness versus from a place of lack. And you can participate in that relationship from conscious choice versus desperation or fear of being alone.